I'm not saying his talent evaluation is bad, but I'm just going by what I've seen the past couple of drafts of the past 10 years. I mean, there's not a lot of people that are still in the organization from these drafts that he's had. I'm sorry to say it, but we got to start drafting some, because, I mean, you talk about the entire right side, including the center. Those guys are, pretty up there in age. You got to consider that.
Welcome back to the show. Victory Monday edition of the middle on the bye week. And I just looked here on Twitter, Barrett. Andrew Marchand, who covers the media for the New York Post, does a really good job. He's a great follow at Andrew Marchand, Marchand. And he's watching, I guess he's watching First Take. And he says, Stephen A. on First Take says to enjoy the last 5 weeks of Louis Riddick's ESPN career because someone has to hire Riddick to be in their front office.
Boy,
I would love to hit the eject button on Howie Roseman right now and just put Louis Riddick right in there. Can we do that? Because is there a way we can make that happen?
He is not a fan. He is not a fan of
No,
Howie
I know.
either.
I know.
He makes it his point to look at the glaring needs the Eagles have in bringing in talent. Can you imagine him coming in and being a talent evaluator?
Oh,
yeah,
I would take my chances. I would take my chances on that failing. Okay?
Exactly. You have a real football guy in, a guy that played.
Yeah.
And
he's from the area too. It'd be like a homecoming.
Exactly. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Louis Riddick being here. Is it not Riddick Bowe?
No, not Riddick Bowe. Yes. But when you love, I would just love to hit that button. Just how you'd hit that button on your cassette deck,
right?
And the tape would pop out. Like Howie just. That'd be so great. All right, let's get this Saban audio up here because he was great with the media after the game, and he loves this term rat poison. He typically throws it around like that the media is feeding his guys rat poison, telling them how good they are, like they're constantly reading how great Alabama is. He calls it rat poison. Listen to this after the win.
You guys gave us a lot of really positive rat poison. The rat poison that you usually give us is usually fatal. But the rat poison that you put out there this week was yummy.
I love that. Yeah, because all they were doing was saying about how great Georgia's defense was.
Exactly.
Right?
And they took that.
Mm-hmm.
They took that and just ran with it. Especially the offensive line. They took it upon themselves and took it personal that you guys thought we were just going to get crushed. They were just going to whoop our ass.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way they took it, man. And if you look at defensively, you look at what Georgia had. Those guys up front were supposed to kill them,
right?
And Jordan Davis. I was looking at some of the clips of him.
Oh, the defensive lineman for Georgia. Yeah.
He's so fast. Look how he runs down quarterbacks. Look, man, they were blocking him man against man, mano a mano, and whooping his tail, bro. He was not even a factor,
right,
throughout the entire day. You didn't hear his name at all, man, and that was that was crazy. And also Dean, they shut Dean down.
Mm-hmm.
Dean, the linebacker. Those guys up front, they all should have got steak dinners. They all should have got game balls the way they played. Because, quarterback sat back there
he was able to just sit back there and carve them up. Yep.
So that's just, that rat poison was yummy. Yes, it was yummy because they definitely put it on them. On them.
Now, Jason Nelson says, can we keep Howie only to be the bookkeeper and handle the cap and have Louis Riddick do everything else? I don't think you could because I don't think Louis would want to even share the facility with him.
You know what I think? I think Riddick would take it upon himself to be like, you know what, you got to answer my bidding. I
Mhm.
want this guy here. Make it work, Howie.
You
Make
think
it
they could
work.
get along? They could
There's no
coexist.
question
I don't
about
know if
that.
they have to get along. There's a difference between getting along and coexisting.
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
trying to win championships. You got to put that aside, man. You got to leave all those, personal stuff, leave the vendetta stuff alone.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what Howie does. Howie is great
Oh,
at
he's great at
manipulating
that.
the cap.
Yeah, I give him
He's great
credit
at that.
for the stuff that he's very good at, and he's
Right.
very good at that stuff.
But
Yeah.
I'm not saying his talent evaluation is bad, but I'm just going by what I've seen the past couple of drafts in the past 10 years. I mean, there's not a lot of people that are still in the organization from these drafts that he's had.
Mhm.
So it's been how many years since Doug's first year? So it's been right at
Was it
7 years.
2015, 2016 was Doug's first year.
Okay, then. So
So they won
you
the
know,
Super Bowl in his second year.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
6 years.
Mhm.
6 years. There's not been a lot of production in the guys they've drafted within that 6 years. So, and that's what I'll go by, because once they let Chip go,
Mhm.
that's when Howard was reappointed and came back to be the GM.
Right.
So I would just go from that. There hasn't been a lot of success from that.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that they've been totally just void of talent.
No. But you got to
A
give
lot of talent is gone.
You got to give Howie credit though for the trade that he made with Jacksonville to get Minshew. I mean, they got Minshew for what, a 6th round pick?
I'll give him credit for.
How does Jacksonville give him away for just a 6th round pick, knowing that he's like borderline, like he's a great backup and a borderline bridge
Trevor
starter?
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
I know, but Jesus.
He'll be here for Trevor Lawrence. They're not going to need a backup quarterback with Trevor Lawrence. He's going to be here forever.
Yeah. He hasn't
So
gotten
that's
off
why
to a
they
very
did
good
that.
start.
I know, but nobody in this quarterback draft is. But you look at I give him the reins, and he brought in Carson. Look at the trades he got to get Carson. He went from 13 to 8 to number 2. He got rid of a bunch of big contracts back then also. Took him off the board.
Yeah, Murray, the running back, was one of them.
Murray.
And what was the defensive back that we got from Seattle?
Right. Yeah,
that was another one.
So he was able to orchestrate those deals and get those deals off the books. I'll give him credit for that.
Boy, you talk about Lawrence in Jacksonville, 58% completion percentage.
Wow.
9 touchdowns to 10 interceptions.
But that has a lot to also do with the talent around him and that organization.
Yeah.
He's not being coached well, bro. Look who their head coach is. And that's all you got to say. That head coach is.
You're out on Urban?
I'm out on Urban.
Yeah.
I was never in on Urban.
No?
No. No, even before his bar incident.
Right.
I wasn't in on him. He brought back Tebow as a tight end.
Yeah, that was pretty much a joke. Now, 91 LSXers, he gets the show. He comes up with some good ones. We talked about rat poison with Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
He says Harry has rat and poison cassettes. I did have the Rat album. I did have that album. I had that on cassette. So he's correct. I don't know how he knows this, but I never had a Poison cassette. I was never into Poison. I never liked them.
All I can think about is that commercial, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The rat commercial. Yeah, we have rats upstairs.
Yeah, and you realize that a lot
rats
of people,
in the basement.
A lot of people are like, who does that song? They never even knew who that band was. It's pretty crazy. All right, the other thing that happened over the weekend that I got caught up into, and this was yesterday. The game started at 3:00, and by then the Eagles, game was slow. In the second half, they were just kicking field goals. So I put on the soccer game yesterday. The Philadelphia Union against New York.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you, I was riveted. They lost. They lost,
but they didn't have anybody.
I know, but you should have seen the effort that they put forward with a shortened roster.
They had 11 people out in COVID protocol.
Yeah,
11.
The atmosphere was fantastic too. Again, it came through on television.
Did it?
That place was lit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
really cool. I wish I would have been there. It was really good. You didn't watch any of that?
No, I couldn't. How?
Oh, that's right.
I gotta be,
That's right.
bro. It's tough, man.
You're like in handcuffs over there.
Oh man, I gotta watch it, man. Because everybody's asking me questions.
Right.
What happened on that route? I mean, you gotta look. I said, look at it. It's like I'm doing a game when I'm sitting there. They hit him in the seam. You watch it. It's man to man with Dallas Goedert with the linebacker. That's
Mhm.
not a good matchup. 'Cause, Goddard's probably faster than most linebackers, but he's bigger than most guys. That's why he had a leg up, and plus he knows where the route is going. So yeah, it's tough to watch anything else. I'm just totally focusing in on that.
Yeah, well, I was into it. The season came to an end, but man, it was a pretty cool scene. I got to be honest. It just sucks losing to New York
Right. Yeah.
because they were bitching. They were bitching earlier. Somebody that works in their organization was pissed off that they didn't have more of a ticket allotment for the visiting team. Yeah. Yeah. Are you serious? Like, win more games. Get the home game, you dope.
Right.
It's called home field advantage for a reason. Just because you're 90 minutes away doesn't mean that you should have more tickets.
Right.
Total joke.
But just the mere fact that they were able to go to their system and bring up guys, and they played well together, man. So
Yeah, they
that's
did.
pretty cool, man.
And they lost 2-1. They had some defensive breakdowns on both of the goals, actually.
Well, and that's their best. Their best player is Blake, the goaltender. So he was out. So they shouldn't have had a snowball's chance.
Well, they kind of hung the goaltender out to dry. Though I don't even know if he would have made a difference on some of these plays.
Right.
But I don't know.
But yeah, that's great. That's great union knowledge by you, man. Way to step up, man. Because I definitely didn't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about soccer. I'll be the first to admit it. But I do like watching it. Like, I like watching good soccer.
Yep.
And that was good MLS soccer. Like, I watch Premier League stuff. I watch a lot of that.
I'll just type in like Messi and on YouTube and just watch clips of them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Well, that's the best of the best right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's saying Cristobal is leaving Oregon for Miami. So that would figure. When they released Manny Diaz, you kind of figured they knew they had Cristobal all signed, sealed, and delivered. So now there's an opening at Oregon. Now, what if Chip Kelly bolts back to Oregon?
And that's a serious possibility, man, because he had the keys to the city there.
Right.
I mean, look, you got Phil Knight, Oregon University. They trust him out there.
Because now he's got to deal with Lincoln Riley across town at USC.
Exactly. That might be a match made in heaven.
That would be interesting. Now, the other news that came down before the show, I don't know if this was yesterday or if this was this morning, but I saw it this morning, is according to a report in The Athletic, Damian Lillard has a desire to play on the same team as Ben Simmons. And that wouldn't be on the Sixers, because the only way you'd have a chance of getting Damian Lillard on the Sixers is trading Ben Simmons, right?
Right.
So
is that, what is it? We get McCullough. What's it, McCullough?
McCollum.
McCollum.
Yeah.
McCollum, whatever.
It works. It works. You do the trade machine, Barrett.
CJ McCollum.
I love the trade machine. CJ McCollum, and you can even get Nasir Little, who's a defensive bench player, for Ben Simmons and a draft pick. Sign me up.
I even want Big Shot Bob to come back. Robert Covington.
Nah. Been there, done that.
I mean, he comes back. He's a defensive. I mean, he could be a defensive guy.
He was overvalued here too. It
wasn't as though he was overvalued. It's the best that they had.
Right, but I mean, the fan base thought he was like, the ultimate 3-and-D player.
Well, that's because that's all that we had.
I know.
Those were bad times back then, man. Those were bad times.
If that'll make you happy, we'll put him in there too.
Like, what if he comes back, man, and now he's just a role player as opposed to being the guy? He was supposed to be our scorer and everything, man.
Yeah.
That's just too much responsibility for one guy to have with his skill set.
CJ and McCollum and Nasir Little works.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
And if you put it in, because I love how they do this, they've got some metric thing where they tell you the trade is successful. And then there's an analyst, Hollinger. I forget his first name, but he does an instant analysis of the trade. It says for the Sixers, it would give you 5 extra wins. You're +5 in wins. And for Portland, -4 wins.
Lillard says it
Here you
doesn't matter.
go.
I'll shoot enough for both of us, Ben.
Right. Here you
I'll
go,
shoot enough
Dame.
for both of us. Yeah.
You can have them. Because this is dragging on way too long.
Did he say that, or did a source say he said that?
All right. You want me to get the actual tweet?
Yeah,
I'll find
yeah.
it. Hold on a second.
Yeah, some of the stream talking about drafting some offensive linemen. I'm sorry to say it, but we gotta start drafting some, because I mean, you talking about the entire right side, including the center. Those guys are pretty up there in age. You got to consider that. And I know, that's one thing Howie has done. He's fell in with the whole drafting offensive lineman thing, and that's what gives you some success. He knows how to draft offensive linemen. That I will say. And he's gonna probably have to find somebody to play center, guard if Brooks doesn't come back.
Kelsey ain't gonna last forever.
No.
Can we get him on the TB12 so maybe he can last a couple more years? Because I shudder to think of what that offensive line is going to look like when he's finally out of here.
Bro, it might be this year. You never know.
I know.
You never know.
I know.
He's not really a part of the rebuild. He understands that. Plus, he wants to hurry up and get out of here so he can wait that 5 years so he can be eligible to be in the Hall of Fame.
All right, here it is. I found this from Derek Bodner, his Twitter feed. He says, from Shams Charania and Sam Amick, quote, those are both Athletic guys. Multiple sources have told The Athletic that Lillard would like to play with Philadelphia 76ers 3-time All-Star Ben Simmons. They fired their general manager up there. And apparently there's growing tension between Lillard, his teammates, and the organization.
What?
It sounds good to me.
Sounds great to me.
Okay. Let's take advantage of that.
Let's do it, man. I'm all for it. I am all for it. Can you imagine that? Another score to add with Curry, but the point guard that can, and we keep our point guard. We keep him.
Now, Boom Bap is notifying me that there's another story from Yahoo that came out after the Athletic story about Damian Lillard wanting to go to the Knicks. I got to try to find that.
Well, he did. He said Big Shot Bob stinks.
Yeah, well, I agree with him. If the wait. I don't know.
I just want to get rid of Ben, man. That's all, man. Let's get rid of Ben. Stephen
A. apparently said this, that the Knicks would be Lillard's number one preference. He's a Knick fan.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here, I think this might be the thing. Yahoo sources, with the Portland Trailblazers firing general manager Neil Olshey, 2 candidates expected to receive strong consideration. That's nothing. That's just for the general manager. There's a bunch of noise here that he would like to go play for the Knicks. Yeah, well.
So what?
Yeah, just send Ben there and stick and leave him in Portland.
Bro, they just go on a West Coast trip and just stay out there and have him stay there. Period.
Keep him there. That's what I said they should have done in Sacramento. You should have just left him at the bus station in Sacramento. Taking Halliburton back in a draft pick.
I'm surprised, man, that this is this long, man. And there's no news because there is no news.
I know.
I mean, they can't get anything for this kid, man. Nothing. And he as a competitor, he as a man should be feeling like dirt right now because He wants to play, man.
Well, he should want to play.
He wants to play. You know, he's a competitive guy. He feels that this is a wasted year for him.
Right.
A wasted year.
Well, then, I mean, do we know that he really wants to play right now? Or because I'd be kicking and screaming with my agent to get something done.
Me too.
Instead of sitting there pointing the fingers at the Sixers organization, saying that they're, making his mental state worse or whatever that was a couple weeks ago.
Man, that's just as a competitor, man, you just don't even want to get involved in anything like this, man. Just, take what they're going to give you, man, and get up out of here. It's not like you're not going to get your entire salary. You're going to get your entire salary, bro.
Right.
Just, play nice. Play nice and go. Play nice. I don't understand them.
Don't they have a game tonight? Don't they play Charlotte tonight? They beat the Hawks over the weekend.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah, they play Charlotte tonight in Charlotte. I'm not going to be watching any of that. No, I'm all dialed in on the Monday night game tonight, Barrett. I'll be texting you during this game.
Oh, no question.
Especially if there's some damn good blocking schemes and some good physical runs.
Harry, it's funny that you say that, man, because that's becoming my thing. That's what ESPN is starting, really trying to push.
Yeah.
Is line play, and especially for me, and they're getting expressive emails that express that they want more line talk from me. And they're telling my play-by-play guy
in the college games.
Yes.
Like, okay, good. Well, that should play to
you play to his strength.
That should play to your strengths. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. No question. And I'm eating it up.
Yeah.
Eating it up, Harry. Eating it up.
Now, after the Valdosta State game, do you know what your next one? Will you have a bowl game or two to do? Because there's 44 bowl games, Barrett.
I know. I got
44.
I probably do have one, but it's not there yet. But I knew I have an FCS game next week on Friday at the semifinal. A semifinal. I don't know who's in it yet or where it's going to be at, but it's a semifinal game.
Semifinal.
And it's going to be
Villanova
on
Villanova won over the weekend. Maybe they get there.
Well, I was kind of thinking I was going to have that game.
They beat Holy Cross over the weekend.
Yeah,
in the playoffs. Yeah.
I was thinking I was going to have that game because the guy that does the games, he said, "Well, where do you live at?" I said, "I live in Philly. I'm in the Philly area. I'm in the Philly area."
Right.
Kind of trying to push towards that Villanova game, but I didn't get it. But we'll see, man. I mean, if it's a semifinal game, whatever semifinal game it is, I'm a part of it. So it's going to be two semifinal games, and I have one of them for the FCS. So I don't know where we're going to be at, but I mean that's on Friday.
Okay.
In fact, we might need to move. If we could move up Friday to 10 o'clock, if you guys don't mind.
Okay.
The stream minds, in fact, this Friday too, if we could do that.
That UT Martin team that you did, they lost to Montana State.
Yeah, I saw that.
26-7.
I saw that.
Villanova now plays South Dakota State. Didn't you do one of their games earlier? Isn't that the team that played Kansas?
South Dakota.
Oh, South Dakota. Okay.
Not South Dakota State, South Dakota.
Okay. So Montana now plays James Madison.
Well, look, 91 Ellis Extra says, "Hey, it works." So
that works.
We're all clued in on 10 o'clock.
They're all cool. Yeah, they're cool with 10 o'clock, man.
Friday's 10 o'clock now.
Yeah. Dude, I guarantee you're going to have a Villanova or a James Madison game.
I think so.
Because Villanova plays South Dakota State and Montana plays James Madison. If one of those two local teams from the East win, guaranteed you're doing that game.
You know what? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, there's 44 bowl games. There's no way that they could have – there's got to be some teams playing in there with losing records. 88 teams. There's got to be some 5 and 7 teams from big conferences and stuff in these games.
Well, you have to have 6 wins.
But when they run out of teams, they take teams that have actually lost more than 6 games. It's a disgrace.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean,
all we care about is a national championship game.
Right.
That's all we care about.
I'm telling you, there have to be some teams here that are worse than 6-6.
Oh, I thought Kevin Savar was saying the Jags. Yeah, the Jags are going to play in the bowl game.
The Jags? Yeah.
Or the Jets.
Oh, the Jets. Yeah. Who's worse?
Oh, man. I think Jacksonville's worse.
You do?
Yeah. Jacksonville has to be worse, man. What do they do good?
I don't know. I've seen them play once, and they actually won the game.
I have not seen them play
London.
One time.
They had a field goal kicker that could really kick a long distance kick. That's how they won the game.
I have not watched one game, bro. So once we're off air, I'm gonna watch the Eagles again. Watch that game again.
Why?
And then
why?
I just want to see. I want to look up a little more Minshew. What's working? Why the offense looked different from Minshew when they were running the same exact plays with Minshew. They weren't. They didn't deviate too far from what they run with Hurts. It was kind of the same game planning.
Okay.
Same plays.
Well, that's what you should do your
baritone
on.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm gonna do.
I'm just looking through these. There's a lot of six. Yeah, here's a team that has 6 wins but 7 losses. Hawaii is in a bowl game.
Hawaii
against 6-6 Memphis. Yeah, the Hawaii Bowl.
I want to go out there.
I know.
I'll make some phone calls.
There's a lot of 6-6 going here, man. This is. There's too many bowl games,
bro. It was the best thing going to a bowl game. In fact, my first bowl game, Kent State, when I was there, was we had what was it called? Tombstone. Where Tombstone is? What is it
in
called?
Arizona?
Yeah, what was that called? What bowl game was that?
The Copper Bowl.
Copper Bowl. That's it right there.
That's good bowl knowledge right there.
That's definitely because we were at the Copper Bowl and we were in Tombstone. We stayed in Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
Played in the Copper Bowl. Then that next year, my senior year, we played in the Aloha Bowl.
Okay. Oh man, you got good ones.
Yeah. So my last year, I had the bowl game in Hawaii. Unbelievable.
Wow. All right, now Tone on the stream is saying, Barrett, when are we going to talk about royalties for using my namesake? Barrett Tone.
I know what the hell he was talking about. Hey, Tone, that's good work by you, man.
Oh my God, that is good stuff.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. That's one thing about the stream, man. They are on it, bro.
Yeah,
they are on it.
Oh my.
We got to discuss it, huh, Tone?
Yep, we got to discuss it. Yeah, a lot of 6-6 garbage in these bowl games, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma has a pretty big bowl game. They play Oregon, right?
Oklahoma, yeah.
They play Oregon.
Yeah, they do.
That's gonna be a pretty good game. Now
that's the Alamo Bowl.
Now the new coach that game?
They'll probably have just like an interim.
Okay.
Usually it would be like the remains of the staff. It's a shit show. When these teams lose coaches, like the head coach during bowl season, it's like you don't even know, because all these other assistant coaches are scrambling, trying to get a job. They're either staying with the new coach that's coming to this school, or they're going with the other guy, or neither, and they're trying to get a job. They're not thinking at all about coaching that bowl game.
No, not at all.
It's a mess.
Yep.
It's a total mess. Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody listening here on a Minshew Mania Monday. We'll be back tomorrow. I guess we'll try to stretch this thing out for one more day with Minshew.
We didn't really talk anything about Minshew or anything. We talked about his pops. We didn't talk about the game itself.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a quarterback controversy. I don't know what everybody's getting all bent about.
No, there's not. There's not. But we'll still discuss it though.
We will. We will. And we'll get into some of the Sixers stuff too, because I think that story is gonna have some legs.
We'll talk about Monday Night Football also.
And Monday Night Football, absolutely. And one thing we won't talk about is the Flyers needing a head coach. All right. You can guarantee you that.